Are we all excited for our first sleepover video blog of 2012? Well, good afternoon, sleepover fans. My dogs think I'm crazy and wondering why I've been talking to myself for the last 20 minutes filming this amateur video. But I wanted to do a dog bed review today for everybody. And hopefully you guys enjoy it and can use some information. I'm going to review like three different ranges of dog beds today. They're not the most priciest ones. They're pricey for me, but I know there's dog beds that are almost $1,000. So anyways, these ones are going to range. I'm going to talk about the Costco ones that we use at Sleepover that are $30 including GST at Costco. I also use them for the beds, the crates in my car. And then there's these Bowser ones. I got these two from Tailblazers Copperfield, and then I got these two 2 years ago, within the last 2 years, at Paw House Pet Boutique. Hi, Mimi. So I just wanted to talk about dog beds and give you guys kind of a general idea of why we choose certain dog beds. And sorry for the construction zone, but anyways, hi guys, or they use my bed temporarily sometimes. As you can tell, we do crate train our dogs. Sorry about that bum shot there. And I know there's a lot of controversy about crate training your dog. And just like there is controversy about dog training too. But the reason why Jimmy and I choose to crate train our dog is just for safety purposes. It's definitely not to supplement any dog sitting or anything like that. You know, if you're planning to crate train your dog 10 plus hours every single day without any stimulation, I think that's really cruel. But for us, we think of the dog crates as like every dog's individual room. Like Mimi loves hiding her toys in there and spending her time in there. She's really comfortable in there, and as are all the dogs at night. They just go into their own kennel and the doors are open and they just walk right in. So another reason why we do crate training, obviously, like I said, for safety. Like if we're going to run errands or going to work and we can't take them with us, I'd rather have our dogs in a kennel safe and sound than wondering what they got into in the house, what they broke, what they chewed. Or even like if they weren't feeling well, they had to puke or had to really go to the bathroom and you couldn't come home on time quick enough, they're more likely not to pee and poo in their own kennel than, you know, having the free run of the house and you coming home to diarrhea and pee and getting mad at them. You know, I think it just saves everybody hassle. So another positive for crate training is if you have guests that are allergic to dogs or don't like dogs, instead of them, you know, you locking them up in a bathroom or in your bedroom and they're tearing at the door, screaming, scratching, what I do is I put my dogs in their kennel and they just chill, you know. They're content. As you can tell, Mimi is like, it's their little room. So if you start them early, they love it. Another thing is, say, if you travel a lot and you take them to dog kennels, like us at Sleepover, we kennel the dogs to feed so that we can keep track of medications, allergies, how much they eat. And dogs that are not crate trained, they think it's prison and they freak out, they break the cages, they just go berserk in there, and it's really stressful for them. So that's another reason why we crate train our dogs, to make it easier on other people as well when it comes to caring for your dog. And yeah, so I think those are pretty cool reasons. And sorry, apologize for my frog voice too. Apologies on that too. But onto the dog bed reviews. So the first range dog bed is the Bowser beds, and I by far so far are my favorite dog beds right now. Mimi's is a medium, and this is Shogun's kennel. It's an extra large, even though he's a tiny dog, but he's such a princess, and He even has his own blanket to cover his little naked body. So his is an extra large. This is Bourbon's. It is like, these ones are donut style beds, and this is the mattress form. And we got this one at Trailblazers Copperfield, and it's very thick. Same materials, just Bourbon didn't like the donut form ones. Because it was cramping his style, or that's just the interpretation I got, but he loves this one, so it gives him more space and doesn't, bother him or invade his space. And apparently the lady at Trailblazers also said that it helps with, orthopedic, it's an orthopedic kind of bed. So if you have dogs with bone problems or joint problems, or elderly, this would be a great choice as well. The one Miss Bella is sleeping on, she actually spoiled. She has 2 beds. It depends who she wants to sleep with at night, me or Jimmy. Right, Bella Boo? She's like, why are you still talking to yourself? This size is an extra large, so you can tell it actually quite roomily fits her. And it is so fluffy, and it's so firm, and, I just love the material. So the Bowser beds are made with, why are you talking to yourself? These Bowser beds are made with upholstery material. It's really thick, really super soft, and the zipper is amazing, the stitching. I just love these beds, and they keep their form, and I just seriously love them to pieces. And the one that Shogun's sleeping on now is a West Paw bed. Another great bed. This size is large, so it's 1 step down. And it's comfy, as you can tell, for Shogun. But for Bella, we actually bought a memory foam pad on the bottom. And the reason is the West Paw pads, the filling I find, actually, they kind of move and they shift. And you can actually feel our hardwood through it. And it is a common occurrence, apparently. And they said on their website, if you actually lift the pillow up, it is separate from the donut part, and you refluff it, it'll reposition, and it does. So we do that. So that's, an interesting point. And the fabric is more of a jean-like material, so it's still thick and it's still durable, but it's more porous, I find. And one great thing with West Paw, though, is that they are very environmentally conscious. So I think that's a great product to support as well. And that's why we do have it at Sleep Rover, because their toys are a hit at Sleep Rover. So the beds are just as good. So I would consider this, in my price range, to be more of a mid-range bed. And then we talk about also the Costco beds that we use at Sleep Rover. $30 can get you a dog bed. It's stuffed with cedar and some kind of filler. But unfortunately, with that kind of filler, it bunches, and then once it bunches, you can't loosen it up anymore. The fabric is definitely not that great. Like, the colors and fabric styles are getting better. Like the West Paw ones, I love how it matches my decor. And I know many people don't give a crap about that kind of stuff, but I do. I apologize. And but the Costco ones, the fabrics are great too. However, when you wash it once, it starts peeling, dethreading, pilling. Sorry, that's what I meant. The zipper is not that great of quality. And like at Sleep Rover, it's nice to use for our clients, because we go through them so much. But even when I first used them, when I didn't hear about these other beds, I was replacing them probably every month, because they would get flat, lose their shape. It just looked horrible and uncomfortable for the dogs. So I know some dogs like Bourbon here. He's our newest adoptee. Hey, Bourbon. Hey, Boo Boo. He's such a sweetie. So he's the newest addition to our family. He's from Heaven Can Wait. But, sometimes he likes to sleep on the floor, too. So some dogs don't really care. But dogs like Shogun, he's kind of a princess. And maybe that's because we make him that way. But he needs the fluffiest bed there, excuse me, is possible. So with that being said, we change beds quite often, and a lot of people say, well, we can't really afford beds like these. But honestly, when I replaced it every month at Costco, not only was I wasting, it was just a lot of money spent, but the price range for these kind of beds, like these two, I haven't replaced them in the last 2 years, so I just love it. The extra large size, you're looking at about the high $200 range, and for a dog bed for extra large though, so that's about $280 or so, depending where you buy them. And then for the West Paw bed, we sell them at Sleepover. I think they retail on the website for about $180 plus shipping. But at Sleepover, we sell them at that Sleepover price for $140 for an extra large. But this one's a large, so an extra large bed. So it's a mid-range, I'd say. And then obviously the Costco ones too. So yeah, so I hope you guys found this information kind of useful. And if you guys have any questions about, I don't know, crate training or even, the dog beds or any future dog beds, we're actually looking into getting another brand in called Just Play, and they're based out of California, and they are apparently quite comparable to the Bowser beds. We will look into that and give you guys more information. So I appreciate your time and listening to me babble and with my frog voice. And I hope you guys have a great week. Take care.